Welcome to another episode of Recent Pickups. This week we have a variety of heavy metal, video games, and trading cards, so let's jump right in. Up first, we have the VHS concert for Iron Maiden's Live After Death tour. Amazingly enough, still sealed after all these years. This was when the band was at their absolute peak, shortly after the release of the Powerslave album. The setlist is very impressive, including Aces High, The Trooper, Hallowed Be Thy Name, and the epic rhyme of The Ancient Mariner. While the VHS does leave off a few tracks, such as The Amazing Phantom of the Opera, it's still a face-melting 90-minute set. Next, we have 4 Garbage Pail Kids from the Chrome release of the original Series 4. These were a staple of my childhood, saving every spare quarter I could get my hands on, just so I could get another pack. It's nice to see that they're making a comeback. The 4 seen here are the slightly rarer refractor versions, which look nice when the light hits them just right. Next is something I couldn't believe I found out in the wild. A complete, near-mint copy of Tennis and Squash for the RCA Studio 2 system. This is one of the oldest cartridge-based systems in existence, and to find a copy that looks like it was fresh off a 1977 Radio Shack store shelf is kind of crazy. Sure, I probably overpaid when I dropped $5 on it, but it was too nice to not have in the collection. Now I'm a huge fan of Japanese video games, as well as a huge Final Fantasy fan, so grabbing this near-mint copy of Final Fantasy X was exciting. I have fond memories of playing this for hours on end, back when I was very, very broke and couldn't really afford to do much else. Just having this copy makes me want to dig out my PS2 and fire it up. Up next is a game that I missed when it was originally released, Final Fantasy XIII. I've heard mixed things about the game, but for the $5 price tag, it was worth picking up to add to the list of games to be played. Next we have one of the slightly rarer original Xbox titles, The Thing. Conceived as a sequel to the 1982 John Carpenter classic, this game jumped on the survival horror bandwagon that Resident Evil kicked off and kept it going. Haven't played this one yet, but as a fan of the original movie, I'm hoping it lives up to expectations. Finally, this week we have one of the best finds I've had in quite a while, the Japanese version of Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy. I don't normally collect Game Boy games, but given the game and the rarity of finding an import copy out in the wild, I couldn't resist. Now just have to dig my Game Boy out and get some rechargeable batteries.